Hello, everyone. I'm Liz Lumley, and this is What's On at FinTECHTalents. So this week, we've got some great content for you to share, which I'm sure is arriving in your inboxes right now with our weekly newsletter. So as always, I'm going to share what is behind me in our virtual background with you right now. So let's share the screen. And excellent. So we've got 4 pieces of content this week. There's a bit of a digital transformation disruption identity theme going on this week. So we're going to start off with a video, an interview, a fireside chat I did before the lockdown with Colin Lyons of Us2. And we're really talking about a topic that is known to most people in this industry, digital transformation. And Colin is an excellent speaker. He's an expert in this field. It was a lovely conversation. We could have spoken for hours, and it really made me feel a little bit sad when we could actually meet face to face with other humans. So I look forward to once again sitting down and having a chat with Colin. So if you want to sort of remember what it was like to meet people face to face, please watch the video, which is on our site now. There are some interesting topics that we talk about, looking at sort of challenges, and I kind of finish up the interview challenging Colin and saying, well, if you were in charge of digital transformation at a bank, what's the first thing that you would do? And he's got a pretty good answer for that. So our next bit of content is coming up. There we go. FinTech of the Week. I said it was an identity-themed week. Our FinTech of the Week is iProve. iProve works with biometric identity and takes pictures of people's faces, and they've been doing this for a while. So they were one of our FinTech Stories stage companies that presented last year at the festival in November. So you can watch a 2-part interview with Luke Moore, who's their global senior vice president in charge of revenue. So that's part 1 and part 2. And then you can also watch their stage presence from the festival last year. It's very interesting and a very important topic right at the moment. So moving on to our next topic, and I think we're going to stick with identity. Oh, nope, identity. We're going to save that for last. I've written a blog really looking at some of the conversations I've had over the past few decades, and when disruption sometimes comes when we're not planning for it. So I had a conversation with a corporate banker a few years ago when he talked about what impact mobile devices and bring your own devices have had on the treasury market. And I thought this is kind of significant to what's happening now, a change that we did not anticipate. Unfortunately, does not come as a Christmas present like an iPad does. It's a little bit more tragic. But I think most people are of the understanding that once we get through this global crisis, work and financial services probably won't be the same. And maybe, hopefully, knock on wood, that's not that much of a bad thing. So moving on from my post, we have a post from my colleague, Lisa Moyle, who is looking at digital identity. And she says it's a nut that remains to be cracked. So she really delves into this issue about how difficult it's been to really look at national frameworks, look at cultural issues around identity, and where we're going in the future. And she really brings it down to some of the same conclusions I did, that the current COVID-19 pandemic is really going to push a lot of these issues to the forefront right at the moment. So I hope you enjoy our content this week. I hope you consume it. And as always, stay safe, everybody.